With 2025 business planning in full force here at McDonald Realty Group, something that has been very repetitive has been how difficult this year was and how to pivot out of what some people would call a funk. As a real estate agent, your business solely relies on how much effort you're putting in. So if your mental health, your physical health, if your mindset's just not in the right place, you're not going to see results in business. So something that I have really tried to drive home with my agents and with agents that I've spoken with about the same thing at other firms is that, one, seasons in life are temporary. Now, this is a few different things. I want people to realize that, one, the season in life that is difficult, that's making you feel like you're in a funk, it's not going to last forever. There is literally almost always something you can do to change your situation. I know sometimes it may be difficult, it may not be what you want to do, but if you need to make changes for your mental health, physical health, for your mindset, for your business, for your family, whatever it is, you just got to do it. And that's something in life that I learned, is that even the difficult things, once you get over them, time's always going to keep going. So get through the difficult moments in your life and then move forward. Another thing that the seasons of life is temporary can attribute to is, I think a lot of people forget that everyone is in a different season of their life. So someone that you might look up to, or someone that you're comparing yourself to for awards, whatever it is, they may not be in the same season of life that you're in. So for example, the season of life that I'm in is I have young kids and I'm going to sports and I'm making sure that I'm there to pick them up after school. I'm making sure I'm at everything possible that I could be for them, because that's the season of life that I'm in. Now, when they're older, I'll have more freedom like I did when I was 18 again, but that's just where I'm at right now. So, do I have the freedom to, take a yacht to Italy? No, not my season of life. And I think that that's important, that when you're comparing yourself, because it is important to compare yourself, to give yourself a little bit of boost, a little bit of friendly competition. However, you have to realize you're not ever going to be comparing apples to apples. So keep that in mind. It will keep your mindset in check. Resilience builds strength. Every moment, every large pivot that I've had in my career as a single agent, as a team leader, as a firm owner, has been during the most difficult times of my life. So, speaking on a very personal level, in Florence, we lost our entire home. It was a single family home, flooded 1 to 2 feet inside. We lost every single thing we owned. Was not in a flood zone, so we did not have flood insurance. So we had to rebuild our house from the ground up during a very emotionally draining period. My father was also sick with cancer, and I made sure that I was at every single appointment that I could be with him. I was at his side anytime that I wasn't working. I was working 16-hour days to pay for my house and also make sure that I was available, to be there for him. In that year, I doubled my business. I did over 10 million in sales on my own. That is something that I think people take these funks that we were just talking about momentarily, or a moment ago, and they use that as a shield. Like, well, of course I'm not going to do that well because this year this happened, or this has been really hard for me. I don't have much energy after this. But at the end of the day, if you can get your own head out of your ass, if you can focus on everything that needs to get done, if you could just put one foot in front of the other for 6 months during that time, I promise time's still going to pass. But what's going to be left is something that you'll be proud of, something that you can talk of forever, something that builds you as a person. And so I think that resilience builds strength, both in your character, but in business as well. Every single client that I had during those times, I was very transparent. I'm a very transparent person. Most people know pretty much my heart's on my sleeve at all times. So my clients understood if there was a moment that I couldn't call them back, there is no such thing as, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to take on this many clients because I'm just stressed right now. There's a lot going on in my life right now. You can compartmentalize. You can make things happen. You can be a professional. You just don't want to right now. And I think your future self is going to thank you for the hard work that you put in today. So that you, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is going to say, thank God I was so resilient. And then lastly, something that I forget is how many other people are watching you. And I don't mean in a sense where other people are watching you, you have to, keep up with the Joneses, or you have to be something that you're not. But I don't think a lot of us realize how many people are inspired just by our normal everyday activities. So just showing up when you're tired is an inspiration to someone that's looking up to you. And people don't always come up to you and say, "You're my idol." Um, but I will say over the years, I've had people say, I became what I am today because of watching you, or because you came to work every day this way. That's how I developed my career. There's always going to be someone watching you, looking up to you. You just don't know it. If that is something you can use as motivation, and sometimes it's strangers, sometimes it's your kids, your family, your friends, but other people are being inspired by you showing up when it's difficult. So I think you should be inspired by yourself doing that as well.